Joining us now to talk about today's vaccine developments, the markets, and more, David Rubenstein, the Carlyle Group's co-founder, co-executive chairman. He will be speaking later this morning at the Financial Markets Quality Conference hosted by the Center for Financial Markets and Policy at Georgetown's McDonough School of Business. David, thanks for joining us. In addition to the vaccine news, as a backdrop, we've been talking about 30,000 on the Dow. So I'm just wondering whether you think that either the market has already anticipated this or it's even looking past the vaccine to something else that's positive. What do you attribute 30,000 on the Dow to with this COVID case backdrop that we have in the country right now? It's staggering, isn't it?
It is. And I think what's going on is that the market really wants to have this vaccine distributed, because until the vaccine is distributed and it's vaccinated a large part of the population, we are not going to be able to get back to the economy we want. So I think the market is anticipating that it will get distributed and ultimately the economy will come back, but it probably will take a year. And I would like to point out that having a vaccine, while it's terrific, and they've done a terrific job at Moderna and Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson, AstraZeneca. They've all done a great job in heroic fashion. We have to have it distributed. And if it's not going to be distributed, it's useless. So we need to get companies like CVS, companies like Walmart, other large companies that have access to consumers to be able to distribute this, because otherwise it's not going to get distributed and it's not going to be useful. So that's what I think the new administration is going to have to worry about, is getting the distribution method done. And it's going to be like a D-Day event. It's an enormous logistical problem, and it can be done, but it's going to take a lot of work. I also think that that if we move forward, the economy can be improved, but we need another stimulus bill, in my view. If we don't have a stimulus bill in the lame duck, we have to have one in the first quarter of next year, or I think the economy is going to go down, because I think the economy is being propped up by the stimuluses we've already had. And I think the vaccines are not going to have their full effect until the third or fourth quarter.
Has either the rotation into the stocks perceived to be stay-at-home or the rotation out of stocks perceived to be stay-at-home, does that make sense? And is it going to be perpetuated? Have all these stocks made advances that aren't going to go away even after the pandemic?
Well, Moderna and the other companies have done a very good job, but their job was really to manufacture the vaccine. Their job hasn't been principally to distribute it. The distribution takes a long time. It's going to be difficult. So I think there's going to be some disappointment if we don't have a good distribution mechanism set up in place. I don't know that we have it yet. Maybe we do. But I do think the new administration is going to have to take a handoff from the old administration in getting this done.
I just meant, would you be buying airline stocks or would you be buying Peloton and DocuSign? Is there going to be a rotation out of a lot of the...
There will be several rotations between now and the third and fourth quarter, because there's going to be disappointments at times and so forth. And I do think there'll be a rotation, but I don't think it's going to be linear where it just goes one way for the next 6 months or so. I think there'll be some disappointments along the way, inevitably.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.